Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to discuss whether a bridge asset like XRP is necessary for conversions involving tokenized assets. Shaggy left a comment under my previous video explaining that mBridge is not utilizing XRP as a bridge asset, or any bridge asset, for their CBDC conversions, as they are using a direct swap mechanism. Shaggy's argument was that this only applies to CBDC conversions, but for tokenized assets that are not CBDCs, a bridge asset like XRP would be needed. So, in this video, I want to dive into how valid that claim is. Let's start by looking at this Swift article, discussing their live trials of digital asset transactions starting in 2025 on the Swift network. Swift confirms that in 2025, global financial institutions will be able to use Swift's global platform to conduct pilot transactions for settling digital assets and currencies. The trials will demonstrate how financial institutions can transact interchangeably across various asset and currency types using their existing SWIFT connections. The goal of these trials is to interlink global digital networks that are currently disconnected and operating in silos. SWIFT also notes that the tokenized asset market is forecasted to rise to as much as $30 trillion by 2034, with institutional investors showing strong interest in investing in tokenized assets. SWIFT aims to interconnect and link these platforms to facilitate cohesive global adoption. They've built a solution that will be trialed to interlink various digital and traditional currency platforms, allowing banks to transact across borders using either digital or fiat currencies. The SWIFT bridging solution will also support digital assets and currencies, aiming to achieve global interoperability for these new forms of value. The SWIFT network would act as an essential bridge between traditional and digital asset platforms. To summarize, SWIFT's global bridging solution aims to interlink all platforms and bridge all forms of value. This includes tokenized assets, as well as CBDCs and traditional currencies. Now, before anyone starts saying that XRP will be used and that they would need a bridge asset for all this interoperability and value bridging, you're wrong. Their solution does not involve any bridging token whatsoever. They've confirmed this. Nick Kerrigan, managing director and head of innovation at Swift, explicitly stated that their solution links different CBDC networks with each other and with existing RTGS payment systems, orchestrating payments between them without becoming a payments network itself. Importantly, they are achieving this without the need for a bridge asset. So there you have it, straight from the source. Swift is not using XRP to bridge or interconnect payment systems or facilitate value transfers. Now, let's move on to a publication by the BIS, Bank for International Settlements, discussing the future of securities settlement. This publication focuses on the clearing and settlement of tokenized assets using distributed ledger technology, DLT, highlighting the benefits, risks, methodology, and interoperability. You can read the full document yourself, but I'll summarize some key points regarding their methodology. The BIS discusses tokenized DVP, delivery versus payment, which involves the exchange of tokenized securities for cash tokens on a DLT system. They also provide examples of central bank proof of concepts that have experimented with this. For instance, Project Jasper successfully tested TVT, token versus token security settlement transfers, where both tokens existed on the same ledger. They achieved this using atomic settlement, as I've explained in previous videos, which allows for the instant and simultaneous transfer of tokens to their new owners. This was done using smart contract technology, without the need for a bridge asset like XRP. In fact, much like how mBridge handles CBDC to CBDC conversions, without a bridge asset, the Project Jasper experiment proves that tokens can also be converted between one another without requiring a bridge asset like XRP. Atomic settlement using direct swaps works regardless of whether the assets involved are CBDCs or tokenized securities. Let's look at some additional examples. Project Stella also tested DVP settlement, using security and cash tokens through atomic settlement on a single ledger. They even explored DVP settlement when the tokens were on separate, unconnected ledgers. Project Stella focused on applying DLT to improve cross-border payments and security settlement across different platforms. using DVP without involving a third-party bridge asset like XRP. The BIS article also presents a real-world example where two banks settled tokenized securities via an exchange swap on a single ledger. This was a DVD, delivery versus delivery settlement, again with no bridge asset like XRP involved. In Box C of the BIS article, they outline how token versus token (TVT) settlement works using atomic settlement or hash-time lock contracts, depending on whether the swap is happening on the same ledger or across different ledgers. If the tokens exist on the same ledger, atomic settlement can coordinate the clearing and settlement of the tokens with instant and simultaneous transfers. If the tokens exist on separate ledgers, a hash time lock contract can be used to facilitate the swap across unconnected ledgers. The key point here is that a bridge asset like XRP is not required to swap or settle tokenized assets. To conclude, the idea that XRP is unnecessary for CBDC to CBDC conversions but essential for tokenized asset transactions is false. A bridge asset like XRP is not needed, whether the swap involves two CBDCs, or between tokenized assets and CBDCs, or between two tokenized assets. This holds true regardless of whether the swap occurs on the same ledger or across separate ledgers. There's plenty of evidence to prove that XRP is simply not required at any stage of the process. With that said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell notification so as to not miss my next video.